Hi, hello friends! Welcome back to the Snug Bungalow, where we are going to look through a bag of my thrift store finds. But before we do that, I have a little piece of video footage that I want to show you first. It is the area in the bins that I was describing in my last video that is sort of the back wall. The back wall has stuff like lamps, small appliances like toasters and crock pots, and some breakable things. I don't always remember to look at the back wall. It's, as you can see, it will be rather sparsely populated. It's not chock full of great stuff. I am never looking for lamps. I'm not interested in shipping those, but you know, you can find other cool things there. So I'm trying to get better at remembering to look. I give you sort of like a whole view of it, and then I look at a couple things that might be of interest but did not turn out to be, spoiler alert. So let's check that out, and we'll be right back to look through my thrift store finds. Okay, we're back. Hopefully that was educational for you. Hopefully it will be a nice reminder for me to look at the back wall each time I'm there. So here are some of the things that I did find and I did buy. Most of them will be to sell on my eBay, Mercari, Vinted, and Poshmark shops, and Etsy. I've got them all, folks. So there are a few things that I will be keeping, of course, but mostly these things will be for me to sell. So let's get rid of the loud thing first. This is suede, and I believe it is real suede with jingle bells. And at the very bottom, it has this little cottage. It's almost like you're winning a Christmas award or something. And it has a hook up at this top part for hanging. I'm sure that it would be very fun on a door. And I have sold jingle bells many times, and they sell very quickly, especially if they are on like an antique strap that would have gone onto a carriage or a horse. Those are the best ones, but this one should be a pretty easy sell as well, so I'm pretty happy about that. I haven't found one of those in quite a while. So this item is also sort of a Christmassy item. Look at everything that's going on here. So we've got Oreos. This is plastic. On the side, there's this holster, and you put Oreo cookies in it. And then I had found these two pieces and put them together at the bins. And then another lady who was shopping there was like, hey, I think this goes to your thing. Do you want it? And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. It says Oreo on it. And this is just like so you don't have to get your hands dirty while you're dunking. It seems, the tongs seem like overkill to me, but I mean, what a fun, like, little stocking stuffer for a person who loves to dunk their Oreos. I thought it was a very cute little set. So, I mean, I like Oreos. You know, I just don't love them, and I certainly don't need tongs to help me dip them. Okay, so this next thing is something that I have been looking out for myself. I actually think that the time I picked this up was the first time I was looking for it. But I wanted a tape dispenser, like one of the heavy ones that you would put on a desk. I have need of this in my office, and I'm really happy to have gotten it at the bins and paid cents for it. So that just goes to show you the variety of things that you can find at the bins. There are tons and tons of office supplies at the bins, most notably 3-ring binders. That place is lousy with 3-ring binders. I remember the last one that I bought myself was for a very specific project. I wanted a very specific size and color, and I paid $10 for this specific 3-ring binder in the color that I wanted and in the size I wanted. $10, people. What is happening? And that was like not a short time ago. That was years ago. So I don't even know what they're asking for 3-ring binders these days. But if you need a bunch of those things, or even just one, go to the bins. You can get it for 10 cents. There's no sense in paying up for a 3-ring binder. Okay, the next item is teeny tiny. Just this little guy right here. This is an authentic corncob pipe. I think it has like a tiny bit of breakage from the corncob, but it has this little sticker on the bottom. Missouri corncob, made in the USA. I have absolutely no idea if this will bring any kind of money, but I just chucked it in because it was very small and interesting. And sometimes I just like to look things up, you know. It's interesting for me to learn new things, even if, you know, I'm not going to make a bunch of money on it. It's interesting to learn. This guy is a pot, like a pretend cooking pot. What looks like a little face, and his little nose is the handle, and he's a sorter on top. And this is made by Tanda Toys. And obviously this is a vintage guy, and I believe that there's a whole set of these, all with little faces that look like little characters, and I just think it's the cutest thing ever. Again, I don't really know how much money that will bring, but it was just too adorable to like leave in the bins. Okay, a couple more toys here. This is a recognizable character, Sylvester the cat, and he's a Warner Brothers character. He is in his painting garb, obviously, he even has a little painter's hat on. What I find interesting about this piece is that he has no ears. We're to think that his ears are tucked up underneath the hat, which looks very tight and uncomfortable, if you want my opinion. If I was designing this guy, I definitely would have made ears. Let's see if he has Looney Tunes 1998. So he's a vintage one. I don't find a whole lot of Looney Tunes stuff, actually. Well, I take that back. I find a lot of, what is that movie with basketball and Looney Tunes? You know what I'm talking about. They've made like a sequel, or they've remade it recently, and there's all kinds of stuff. Space Jam. All kinds of stuff for Space Jam, but not other Looney Tunes stuff that has nothing to do with Space Jam. So that was a pretty fun find. So the next thing is this lot of doll clothes. And these are all American Girl branded doll clothes. So you can imagine my delight and like poker face while I'm picking through the bins at the toy bins. Here's what the little tag looks like. It always has a little star and it says American Girl. And they are branded all over the place. They're super cute. They're really well made, and they should be, because the normal price on these is astronomical. So I don't know if you know anything or have bought anything that is American Girl, but it be cray. So this is a 2013 piece. That's the little branding right there. And this is a beautiful coat. I mean, like, adorable winter coat. Hook and loop closure. And there's just a ton. Not all of them are in great shape. As you can see, this piece has some light staining on it. and is pretty wrinkled. So these have actually been played with and stuff. There's like a cheerleader dress, just a bunch of clothes. And I was very excited because the resale value on American Girl stuff is fantastic. Especially if you find retired pieces that they don't make anymore. So I will definitely be looking these up to see if any of them are retired and need to be sold on their own outside of the lot of clothes. Now guys, I did it again. I haven't even listed the last Hawaiian shirt that I bought, and I got another one. The one that I got last time will be listed in the next couple weeks. This is the tag. I have no idea how to say this brand, but it is an authentic Hawaii piece made in Hawaii, and 100% cotton. And it just has this, beautiful pattern. Even though I haven't listed the other one yet, I feel like I'm kind of getting into it. So I'm on the lookout, definitely, for Hawaiian shirts while I'm at the bins. I will continue to do that until I prove that it is highly irritating or not profitable. Okay, so the next thing that I have to show you did not come from the bins. I know, guys. I know. Crazy, right? Like, I can go other places to source for my business. Once in a while, I go to a thrift store that's very close to my house. They have great prices. Sometimes I bring home amazing stuff, and sometimes I don't bring home anything. So that's where we donate to. So anytime we donate, I just take a little trip around because why not? I'm there, right? So this is the thing that I found last time we were there. Let me see if I can find the tag first. It is a bed sheet, and I'm always looking at the bed sheets for myself, honestly. I find the quality of vintage bed sheets to be amazing and the quality of current bed sheets to be garbage. I also don't want one that's made out of, I don't know what kind of fabric. I want a cotton sheet. I am old, right? That's like how you know you're old. You start complaining about all the things nowadays. Well, I'll tell you what, this thing has a tag. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. Now, tell me if you recognize this little signature. That is Vera for Vera Neumann. And this was sold by Burlington. And this is the pattern. It is a sunflower pattern in like watercolor. And it is very large. Real big, very large pattern. Very spread out. It does not look like most of her other patterns. Lots of people collect Vera. If you've sold her or know of her or even collect her yourself, you can kind of look through stuff and pick out, I bet that's a Vera, I bet that's a Vera. She has a very specific style and it's very beautiful, groovy. She designed for many decades and really beautiful stuff, highly collectible. This does not fit that mold for me. It does not look like something that was Vera. I looked at the tag because it was vintage and I wanted to see what size it was, because if it was going to be a queen, I would get it for myself. But I think it's a full. And I was just so surprised to find that. I mean, most Vera stuff that you're going to find are going to be like ladies' scarves, like fashion scarves, not winter scarves. And maybe tableware. I have never found one of her tablecloths before, but I found plenty of her napkins before. And gosh, they're just, more beautiful than the next, honestly. So I've been trying to keep my eye open for all the different linens. We talked about pillow shams and pillowcases, sheets, and curtains. So this next item is a curtain. It was made by Better Homes and Gardens. That's a very well-known name, so I was like, oh, let's see, I'll take a chance on it. And this is just like a valance of a curtain, just the part that goes across the top. And look how cute it is. It's like all kitchen stuff with green and red, and I just thought it was an adorable pattern. It's just a single, so I have no idea how much one single will bring, but I bought that. I don't know if I showed you the Longenberger single curtain that I found. That sold immediately, and it brought like, I don't know, I think it was like $30 or something. I was pretty pleased with that. So speaking of curtains, I've done a thing, and the thing that I've done is called going all in. I found one of these panels, rather large panel. Let's see if I can get it out of here. And a lot of the times while you're shopping at the bins, in the linens and clothing bins, a lot of what I'm doing is I'm looking for pattern, but I'm also looking with my hands, feeling the fabric. And when I feel something that feels like quality, which is just a learned practice, really, especially if you're old, you know the feeling of the fabrics that you grew up with. So that will help you. And so I felt this and I thought, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. There's so many different textures on this, whatever it is. I thought maybe it was a tablecloth. It is not. It is a Waverly Home Classics curtain panel. This is what the tag looks like. And the other tag is just faded to oblivion. Faded and washed. And I mean, these smell clean. These must have been recently washed because they smell like detergent, and the fabric still looks fantastic. So this is the top. And just take a look at the detail in this fabric. This is raised pattern, and then this is a textured pattern, and this is like a trim. I don't even know if that was added after the fact, but it's all the way down. And then this is another textured fabric. And I just thought, wow, that's a lot of like really nice stuff happening for one curtain panel. And then I found a couple, and look at this. This is the original Goodwill price tag. So when this was in the store, before it came to the bins, this one panel was being sold for $10.25. I have no idea how many they had in the beginning, because I got 8. I have my whole bag is just full of these curtains, and they are all in excellent condition. The pattern is like, let me see if I can find it. It's like grapes. I don't know which side. Grapes and cherries and flowers. It's just, they're just beautiful. The colors are lovely. I'm hoping that, you know, somebody is going to be excited about these. I think that they're vintage, looking at the tag. I would assume that they were vintage. So I think I'm going to put them into one listing and then allow people to buy as many as they want, as long as they're all the same size. So I'm going to look at them all, measure them all. What have I done to myself? That seems like a humongous amount of work, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll see how fast these sell, and then maybe I will have learned a lesson about picking up 8 of the same curtain panels, but maybe it'll turn out great. You never know. So I try not to say no if I haven't done something before, and I don't know if it'll turn out well or not. The buy-in price at the bins is extremely low, so you don't really have to worry about, you know, the fact that you paid all this money and then it didn't pay off. Okay, I think that's everything for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. If you would just hit the like button, the thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. And then there's a little bell sign. If you hit that, you will get notified when I have new content for you. I'm going to leave some links below to items that are sort of like these items in case you want to shop immediately. If you're looking for these exact items, they will be available in my shops in the coming weeks, probably about 2 weeks. And when they become available, I will change the links on this video to the actual links for these products. Okay, I think that's all. Just thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you again next time. And until then, I invite you to go out and find treasure.